APMAs 2015, APTV. I'm Ryan J. Downey, senior editor for Alternative Press, with cover stars of not that long ago, Motionless In White. What's up, dudes? Yeah, me again. Okay, first things first. Is that the $7,000 Instagram suit?
The Instagram suit.
The infamous Instagram suit.
This is not the Tom Ford suit that I bought. I wore that to the carpet, and I'll wear it after. I would probably... It would break my heart into so many goth pieces.
Your blackened, shriveled
my
heart.
Blackened heart. If I had wore it on stage and went like this and just... So it's not about to... I had this
You're
one...
like, that's a $1,000 tear right there.
That is, yeah. I had this one custom made by a guy named Ethan Weisman, so yeah.
Did management get 15% of that tuxedo?
Did they?
Cam?
They did not.
So guys, the way more obvious than you all look amazing as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob Zombie, the fuck? You guys just played with Rob Zombie, and I overheard like Kevin from Day to Remember was just in here. He's like, "Why didn't you tell me you were playing with Rob Zombie?" And you're like, "We didn't tell anyone." How hard was it to keep that secret? First of all,
It actually was not very hard for us. He spilled the beans.
Oh, yeah.
He posted on Instagram. Yeah.
Can't wait.
I got texts from friends who were like, "Oh my God, you're playing with Zombie." I'm like, "How did you know that?" And they showed his Instagram, but that was kind of a cool way for people to find out.
you guys are doing like the victory lap tour of the dream, right? I mean, first of all, you're on the cover of AP, no small feat. Just played with Rob Zombie. You have a pretty awesome tour coming up.
Yeah.
Band.
Have you heard
what's that
Slipknot
band?
before?
I heard one of them's here. I don't know. It's one of the guys that hits the trash cans or something. I don't know which dude it is.
One of them.
And I mean, just insanity, right? Like, this is all the stuff you wanted to do when you were like, I want to be in a band. I want to tour Slipknot. I want to play an award show with Rob Zombie.
All ages of me are stoked. Like, not just 16-year-old me, but like 25-year-old me. Like, I'm sure 70-year-old me is going to look back and be even more stoked about it. So it's great.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Just like what you said.
Right. So I know you're a pretty prolific writer personally, and you know, all of you guys obviously are very musical. And not to immediately jump ahead to the next record, but you guys have a lot of touring in front of you. Are you talking about the next album and what that process will be like, and what's...
I'm going to give this to Ryan because these are the two guys that have been actually writing more and concentrating on the record more than I have.
I've been currently writing for the past few months at my house. Every shred of spare time I have at home is spent in front of my computer screen and my guitar. And same with him as
That's
well.
good to hear from Motionless In White fans.
So we're already started.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hopefully, with all of this time, we'll have very good material to work with.
How are you feeling
And,
about it right now? Is there any? I'm sure it's hard to get a sense of it this early, but any kind of theme or anything developing that I could compare it to your other stuff, or?
Don't look at me. It's still too early to tell, but you know, these guys have been going at it. I normally oversee and orchestrate the entire process and then write with these guys and whatnot. But
This is different,
we've been so busy that I haven't really had time. And in the meantime, they're kind of doing all this awesome work that they're sending to me, and I'm like, whoa, it's July, and we won't even record till like May of next year. So it's fantastic. I love that they're stepping up and writing already, because it's going to make my life a lot easier when I have to do a lot less.
So do you guys have the same sort of big family barbecue vibe here that the rest of us do? I mean, you're just how many old friends and new friends and bands you like and bands you've toured with? It's got to be a trip to see.
I want to hear you guys
right?
talk.
We're just here.
Yeah.
Ghost Dad's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris's
Okay.
dad's
I met
here.
Chris's
Check this
dad
out.
last night.
Check this out. Papa Ghost, his dad, and my dad, Jerry, they're like infamous in our circle of friends. Like everyone over there even knows them. Like, there's like 5 people over there. They're like, yeah. They're like the same person, but they're from the East and West Coast, and they've never met. They're like...
Were you afraid that the space-time continuum was going to like end if they shook hands?
Yes.
Yeah. I unfortunately missed it last night when they finally met for the first time, but we've been dying to see what would happen if they were both in the same room together. And so far it's been... When I saw my dad last night when he flew in, I was like, "Did you meet Ghost Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What'd you think?" He goes, "We're going to have a lot of fun." It was like the most menacing face I've ever seen. So, yeah.
That is so awesome. And I mean, what's it like for a parent, especially a dad, who probably at some point in both of your lives looked at you and was like, So the makeup. I mean, you're in an arena playing on a TV show with Rob Zombie. Like, I'm sure there was a moment probably before now, but a moment where it's like, yeah, no, this is all cool.
That point definitely validates it for them. Like, oh, okay, there was zombies. I guess it's okay for them to wear makeup.
Yeah.
I want to know if he looks back and like thinks about him having a problem with it. Like, I'm glad I had a problem with it. Maybe then if I didn't, he wouldn't have done it or
Yeah,
something.
right, true, yeah.
Find some way to like give himself the credit, which he rightfully deserves. But
Yeah.
it'd be funny.
Well, guys, what I've got here is one last question. This is an opportunity for everybody here to, and I know you have such a close relationship with your fans. This is an opportunity where they're right there. I mean, their kids camped outside of the hotel, and I saw some fans coming up talking to you last night. What do they want to know when they get that opportunity to get right there in front of you at something like this? What are those conversations? How deep do they get?
Dude, there's some fucked up shit that some people say. Like, first, half of them don't even say anything. They just grab the closest thing that to where their hand could go.
So they don't fall over.
There's a lot. It's like half and half. Half of them have like really cool things to ask or want to talk about. Others, like when we did our VIP Q&As on our headliner, there were some just bizarre questions thrown around, but most of them are always just like, how are you guys? And they just state, that they're a fan, they like the record, they like what we do, etc. I generally always get asked about my eyebrows. That's my most common question. I don't know about anybody else.
There's got to be some like eyebrow salon or something that could get behind you and give you some money to promote
if
eyebrow
Max
care.
Sephora and all the other big conglomerates would like to call me, I'm your guy.
Well, guys, Motionless in White, thank you so much for being on our cover a few months ago. Thank you so much for being one of the first bands to do our MI Conversation series. We had a lot of fun there.
I watched it. It was over an hour long, and it was grueling to listen to myself talk that much.
Well, I liked listening to you talk in real life and watching it back too.
I like the way you talk.
You got a nice voice. You got a pretty voice. Motionless in White, they just played with Rob Zombie. They're going on tour, Slipknot, Lamb of God. These dudes rule. Thank you so much, APTV, APMAs 2015. Bye.